Tonight is the climax of the G1 Classic Finals in the Tokyo Dome, and we have Kenny Omega versus Kazuchika Okada for the vacant IWGP Heavyweight title. First, we get a shot of Kazuchika Okada arriving to the Tokyo Dome, and then the New Japan General Manager, Hiroshi Tanahashi, approaches Okada. And before Tanahashi can even say anything, Okada just says, "Look, don't worry about anything. Like I said before, you'll get your champion. And it'll be the champion that this company needs." Tanahashi just looks at him. Then he looks him up and down and says, "Do not do anything to dishonor this title." Okada says, "I'll do what's best for this company. Trust me, it'll be a fine match." Tanahashi says, "A clean match?" Okada just smiles and says, "You know we fight dirty, so keep your eyes open." And then he walks off as we go to commercial. We come back from commercial and we get another segment, this time with Kenny Omega, putting on his gear, getting ready for whatever the night may bring. That's when Hiroshi Tanahashi walks up and shakes his hand. Tanahashi says, "This is it, the last match." Kenny looks and says, "I'm ready." Tanahashi responds and says, "You're my only hope." Kenny says, "Look, don't worry, I got this." He pats him on the shoulder and says, "Nothing's gonna happen that I'm not ready for." Tanahashi says, "I'll keep my eyes open, Kenny." Then Kenny nods and walks off. We get another commercial break, and then when it comes back, we get pretty much a review, a history of what these two have been through. All of the G1 Classic tournaments, where they have been, whether it be TNA, New Japan, Noah, Ring of Honor, all the different places these two have been, and all the time that these two have crossed paths. And then it goes to another commercial break, and then it comes back, and we get the match, the main event. This is every hardcore wrestler's dream match. Kazuchika Okada versus Kenny Omega in the Tokyo Dome, and the G1 Climax Finals. Sold out crowd, tension in the air, and it's more at stake than just the IWGP Heavyweight title. And everyone is on the edge of their seat. The bell rings, and what we get is a 6.5 to 7-star match. I mean, they just start chopping back and forth. Then Okada tries to go for a Rainmaker, which Kenny ducks and grabs the ropes. And then Okada tries to go for a dropkick, which obviously misses. Kenny is still hanging on to the ropes. He moves and then hits Okada with the V-trigger. Okada rolls out the ring, and Kenny jumps off the apron for a crossbody. Okada moves out the way, and Kenny falls. Okada grabs him and throws him into the stairs. And then Okada turns and taunts the crowd. And then he goes over and tosses the commentary desk, trying to soak it all in. And then Kenny recovers and spears Okada into the ringside area. And then we go to commercial. We get back from commercial, and both wrestlers are winded. They've been going at it the entire time. We get a replay during the commercial break. At one point, Okada was rushing toward Kenny, who responds with the Frankensteiner on Okada. And then we get another shot of Okada running towards Kenny, and then hitting a Rainmaker on him. He goes for the pin, gets a 1, 2, and then Kenny just manages to grab the ropes for a rope break at a 2.5, a great near fall. We go back to real time, and it's the final third of the match. The crowd is going, "This is awesome," and we even get a rare "Go Forever" chant. They chop each other back and forth, with nothing left to give. Kenny chops Okada, but instead of a chop back, Okada goes for a Rainmaker, but he misses, and Kenny gets up and hits Okada with the One-Winged Angel. Tired, staggered, and fatigued, Omega just manages to get the pin. 1, 2, 3. Kenny Omega is your New Japan IWGP Heavyweight Champion. The bell rings and Kenny music hits. Okada recovers and then he gets up, looks at Kenny and realizes he lost the match. But this time, he extends his hand. And Kenny just looks, he contemplates for a while, but in the end, he shakes his hand. All is fair, no interferences, no shenanigans, a straight up clean match. Because after all, this is all about business. Okada leaves the ring with a slight smile. He knows he did his best. And on this night, Kenny was the better man. He may get his chance next time, and he's looking forward to that. But now, all eyes are set on Forbidden Door. We'll see how this all ends. Multiple titles are on the line. The war has just begun, and Kenny has just won the first battle. Music blasting and power is going off as Kenny Omega celebrates with his new IWGP title, and the show goes off air.